Well, it was a common sight in the 80s and 90s. Not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff. We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 180. 21. All day, defense. All day.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
Now here's Goodwin with it on the jet sweep, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Here we go. 180. 12. 54. Stay with your man.
Check the backer. Alert flag.
1, Omaha.
25. Check 25. Check 25.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Here we go. Like 20.
Mike 54. All day, dog.
Right there.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal.
Check 99. Check 99.
They'll try to run with Breida. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal.
21.
Fresno. Check 43.
11. Hey, check.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Matt Breida, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Shift. Slam. Shift. Watch the twist. Shift.
I'll go special.
Deuce. Check three. Check your hot read. Check three.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Check three.
From the 27, Wilson, rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Hey, look. Go pass.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Here we go. 180!
54. Right, 54. Watch the pass. He's crashing. He's checking.
11.
Kill. Kill.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here we go.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
That would give DeBrita. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Here we go.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 2nd down, it's Miller. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
21.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Hey, alert. Slap.
This is Breida. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Here we go. Black 80.
Watch 5-4. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And this one also slow and developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Here we go. 180.
Check. Watch 54. Let's go, D. That's
12. 21.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? It's certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it up. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Get him! Check. Lucky. Watch safety three.
A shotgun handoff now to Miller.
Go, run!
Terrell Suggs in on the tackle.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Four down.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Flush to his right. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I got you. Watch the safety crease.
Miller. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Check. Ankle. Hey, switch gears. Hey, watch it.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Josh Gordon, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Hey, watch
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that
He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. The run there on first down gets them a yard to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson, he'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
A gain of 16 yards.
And
the Seahawks, first down.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Hey, alert three. Check. Back.
Cut.
Now Wilson on first down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. He lets it fly for Lockett. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Garoppolo now. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Come on. Watch the eye.
49, check 49, check 49, check 13, check 13.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
You go tight. Let's go double count right here, double count.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. They had control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
21, here we go. Switch.
That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will. I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got Lockett. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. Third down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
14.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Quan Alexander able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Third and long, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. D. Ford able to record his 5th sack of the season.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go. Like 20. Hey, alert. Lock.
Safe. Check 99.
Garoppolo gives to Breda. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
11.
Tighten up.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. He'll buy some time right. Gonna throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
11. Right there. 54, Mike.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And now it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Myers connects on the PAT, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now Mostert. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Check. Crunch.
They'll toss it to Breida. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 43-yard line.
Here we go. Black 80! 65.
Mike 5-4.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. That'll be complete to Breida. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on front. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Partner, I know it's hard to believe, but sometimes guys who are built with the dimension of linebackers can actually get lost from sight by the quarterback.
Well, they're usually not the tallest guys.
So, yeah, that allows them sometimes to kind of hide down in there, kind of get a little bit lower, and maybe he just never saw him. But, boy, he sure wishes he had. He picked it off and ran it all the way back for a touchdown.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Breida. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's got daylight. The 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Alert, 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 alert. Check 50, check 50.
He's checking crap. Check. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Jim.
Again, it's Miller. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Check hot route.
Look for signal.
On first down, Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
56 to Mike.
Run left.
56. Ready? Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Throwing on third and long. Wilson. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Josh Gordon, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Now Myers for the extra point. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. Two division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 40. Six.
Ball carrier.
Get there.
He was taken down by K.J. Wright.
Here comes the ball.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
1, Omaha. Go ahead.
Now a toss play. It's Breda. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here comes the 49ers punter now. He's been terrific so far.
Formation for the 49ers.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 32-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
We want it. Come to my world. Kill. Tight dog.
SOS. Listen.
Bang.
Now Miller. He's had a big workload here tonight. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Mike 5-4. Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Got it. Hey, easy.
Wilson now. From the gun, he'll throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Wilson now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Got it.
54. Mike 54. Watch the curl. Check time.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Wilson to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Wilson, he's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D4. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. On 1st down, here's Breida. He will push his way down to about the 14. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 39-yard line.
Right, here we go, here we go. 180!
Watch the curve,
21.
Here's Mostert. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running out of the gun here, Breida. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
56 by 56. And let's pin the mirrors back.
Wilson to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
One last shot for Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones.